Never done never done recording on my phone. Okay. Can everyone hear me fine? Yeah. Okay. So it might be a small group of us today, which I usually think is always very sweet. Um, Last Sanga, I missed. It was the morning after the Grace Cathedral concert, which I think Dee, you were there. But yeah, I completely was on a roll from so many things that week, and I completely forgot. So I apologize for that, but I'm glad to see you today. I'm coming to you from Austria, where I've been for the last almost 2 weeks now. And it's been a very unusual trip. I was invited to come and spend time here um, in a very serene place. Beautiful, pristine lake. I'll show you outside the window in a minute so you can get a little glimpse of it. But most of all, it's, been a time for rest and also connection with some friends and community, which is, even though I do get to travel and I do get to be around wonderful people a lot, times where I'm traveling somewhere where there's not an event happening or something that I'm responsible for are very rare, almost non-existent. So this has been really, really appreciated, and been really, really grateful for it. So we'll do a little bit of a shorter Sangha today, little bit shorter. And I don't have my usual tools with me, instruments and so on, but I still thought it would be really nice to chant together a bit. But one of the things I wanted to do first is just give a little bit of an update. There's been lots of things happening creatively, and I feel like I haven't been doing this as much lately, but I always used to give an update on the Sangha sessions because all of you are not just attending these sessions, but you're also kindly offering a monthly contribution, and it's nice to share what's been happening. So maybe I'll just launch right into that. That's okay. Actually, I think, yes, I will. I will do that. So right now, something exciting has been developing, something that I haven't been engaged with for a long time. The last time was in 2021. Have some of you seen the Govinda music video? The one where we're dancing? Yeah. So that was a really unique experience. It's not the first time that I made a music video. I had made a couple before, and they were very, very, very spontaneous. Like, I don't know if you've seen the one for Hari Om, where I'm walking in London, but I literally met up with this friend who's a film, he's a cinematographer, and he normally does weddings and things. I'm not sure if he'd ever made a music video, but we just met up that morning at my house and we spontaneously made the whole thing. There was no like real plan. Luckily, it came together in some cohesive way, but that was a particular type of experience. So with Govinda, it was very, very, very different. We were working with a professional crew in not just in one location, but in 2 different countries, and quite daunting as well. It was winter time. I'm sure I've told you this story before, but in Australia it was summertime where the other girls were dancing. They were having flooding, and in New York we were trying to film and we had blizzards, snowstorms shutting us down, and it was just a very wild experience. But we created, I think, a beautiful offering that really has a lot of heart in it. So one thing that I'm working on right now is preparing to make another video for the new album that I'm going to be releasing within hopefully the next 2 months. I know I've been saying that for the last couple of years, that it's coming, but it's really coming now. The music is completely done. There's a wonderful artist called Mary from Ukraine who is creating some animations to go along with it. And the artwork is almost completely done. So many things that you have to make these days when you don't have to, but when you release something into the world, because a lot of things don't anymore have physical form. So it's ways to kind of represent that visually, even in the digital space. So the music video, we're going to be filming that in about 3 weeks' time. So right now we're preparing all the visual ideas and finalizing the plan for how that's going to be. I'm going to take a very different approach. The last one was very much in the world and you know feeling like it really had a story to it, a narrative. This whole project actually is a little bit more, it's not that it's abstract, but I think the visual way of representing it is a little bit more abstract. And will be very curious to see what you think of it. I'll definitely share a preview with you very soon. And yeah, that is definitely occupying one of the rooms in my brain right now. Another thing that I'm really excited about is that tomorrow evening, I'll be flying to England. So I'm going to be there for 2 weeks. And Tima, are you going to be able to come to anything? Yeah?
Yeah.
Which ones are you coming to?
Friday and Saturday next week.
19th and 20th?
Yes.
Yes, amazing. Amazing. Yeah, I haven't done any events in England for the last 5 years. So this is going to be really interesting and exciting. I didn't really know. Well, generally by nature, I'm sort of cautious and doubtful, I would say. And so I normally don't like rush into things. And I was thinking, oh, maybe we won't do, some events this time, or maybe just something small, or I'll pair with my friend Radhika, who does every Friday at a venue called Omnam. But then suddenly it just became apparent that space was going to be too small. So we decided to go to a much bigger space that has 700 seats. And then amazingly, within like 3 days, that filled up. And so we ended up adding another night. And then long story short, it's now like 5 or 6 events. So I kind of was thinking I was just mostly going to visit my family, and it's become like a different kind of trip. But I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to share with you more about that experience and some of the highlights as well. And then after that, I'm going to be, also in that time, which I'm hoping Tima might be able to join. And maybe some of you also have been to a festival like this. I think our last Sanga, although we missed the last date, but the last one that we had, we were speaking a little bit about the festival of Rath Yatra. So that's going to be held in London next Sunday, and I'll be there also. And I can see you're going to be there, Tima. Yeah, so it's a real celebration. In London, we walk from one of the big parks, Hyde Park, all the way to Trafalgar Square, which is a very iconic London landmark and space. And it's just a very beautiful day of very exuberant, outwardly festive celebration of devotion and community also. Even though the festival is about sharing and expanding the network of connection to devotion, connection to the Supreme in a public space. It's also about community. It's also about coming together, even with those that we may know, that we may, see regularly, and to parade through the streets and sing and dance is, really special. Chapu, yes, I know. I wish I could have been at New York Rath Theatre, and Timo was there. Timo's gonna become a Rath Theatre fan, like seeking them out. Yeah, New York looked like it was amazing. Hopefully next year we can go for that. Has anybody else attended one or planning to go to one? You know about one that, Dee, the San Francisco one is this Sunday in Golden Gate Park.
Today.
Oh, it's today. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
today is Sunday. Right. I need to catch up with my days. Yes, indeed. Yeah, last year, the Rath Yatra was the first that on that day at 2 a.m., my husband and I arrived to San Francisco with just our suitcases, and our stuff was still going to be taking another 10 days to be shipped over, but that was the day we arrived to move there. So it's very memorable. So those are some updates. It feels like, yeah, it feels like there's more happening than those things, but I think that's because each of those unpacks into lots and lots of other things. I would love to hear from some of you. Maybe you would like to put in the chat, or if you feel like sharing with the group, what is something either coming up soon that you're really looking forward to, something that has happened within the last couple weeks, which has been challenging, maybe, or notable. It'd be wonderful to hear if there's anything that you'd like to share. Always nice to feel like we can connect a bit more personally, and especially to take advantage of it when we do have a little bit of a smaller group. I'm gonna keep an eye on the chat here in case anybody would like to contribute, or just wave your hand if you would like to share it. Everyone's shy or thinking. Elke, how about you? How has the last 2 weeks been, or what's happening for you right now?
Yeah, I was hoping to come to London, but we are going on holiday the 19th, so exactly on the date that you are there. So I'm not joining, but I was checking like the train tickets, and I was like, oh no, it's not exactly the same date. Yeah, so we'll be another time.
Another time for
Yeah,
sure.
but it feels yeah. It's really nearby, of course.
I'll be back. Yeah, I'll definitely be back. Like I said, this trip wasn't really intended for that. It sort of just came about. And so hopefully a little later this year, September, October or something, I'll try and come back and do something again.
Yes, I can.
But you were going to share something.
Yeah.
You were going to share.
Yeah, I was reflecting on your question, and what was really, really beautiful was last week, together with a friend, I was hosting a gathering of 2.5 days with a group of 8 ladies who had never been in touch with any like sound healing or mantra before. And so I was a little bit like, scared, or like, oh, how is this going to be? Because they're really not used to it. So in the beginning, I was kind of careful to share. And then we were just doing a mantra, and we were just like repeating, like saying it out loud. And then I could feel like, whoa, it's really happening. And then I started with harmonium, I started singing, and then suddenly I said, well, you can join. All the 8 ladies were joining, and it was like so amazing. even
Wow.
when they've never like, yeah, yeah, it was really, really
Amazing.
special. Like my yeah, I had the chicken pox. How you say that? The chicken
Goosebumps.
skin. Yeah, the
Yeah, yeah,
goosebumps.
yeah.
Yeah, call it chicken
Yeah.
skin in Dutch.
Yeah, yeah.
Goosebumps. Yeah,
Wow.
so it was like really, really special. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, that's really it's a really amazing feeling to experience being like a conduit or someone who is just facilitating this experience. And when you see someone encountering it for the first time, there's a real magic in that, especially when people are kind of open-hearted enough to let their inhibitions fall to the side and just have an experience. It's a real privilege to witness that. And yeah, I'm so glad you got to encounter that, and hopefully many, many more.
Yeah, yeah. But
And
usually the people are already a little bit like, uh,
a little
know,
familiar.
yeah, a little bit familiar with it. And this was really like, okay, how are you going to do that?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
it can be scary to think, how am I going to frame it or share it? And I find some of the most scary times that I've experienced like that are sometimes when you just can't fall back on the language that you're used to being able to use. So one time that I found really intimidating was actually I went to a school and I was speaking to relatively young children. They were probably like around 9 or 10 years old. But I just felt like I had to really like try and go deep inside to remember how would I have wanted someone to speak to me about this if when I was that age. But it was really difficult because I'm just used to, speaking to adults usually. Yeah, those times prayer helps to pray and get some empowerment.
Yeah, and then somehow in the prayer and in the trust, and suddenly the wave comes, and yeah, then
Yeah,
then yeah, you feel it's okay.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Thank you so much. Would
Thank you.
anybody else like to share in words or in see question from Maya? Maya, I don't right now think that I'm going to be there, which means it's probably a no. But sometimes things can change at the last minute. But yeah, right now I'm not planning to be there. Oh, Nisha, you're here. Welcome. Am I going to see you at one of the events in England? I'm hoping so. Oops, can't hear you for some reason. That's funny. Anyway, it's a yes. Looking forward. Thank you so much. Um, yes, on the 20th. Amazing. Um, yes, let me know if anyone else would like to share something significant that's been happening. Otherwise, we can move on. Oh, one thing I did want to say, I can't remember. I don't think anyone on the call right now is based in LA. Oh, Maya? Oh, yeah, you
Yeah.
are. Oh, you're in LA. Amazing. Well, I'm going to be coming around um, the August 3rd and 4th weekend.
Okay,
So
cool.
I'll I'll keep you posted on that. I'm actually making the music video and all of that in LA as well around that time, maybe that week.
Mm.
So um since I'm coming down, well, actually there's a festival on the 4th of August, the Red Theatre Festival. Um and so I'll probably attend that, but then if I'm around for that week, then I may end up doing some kind of gathering. So I'll definitely keep you posted.
you. Awesome.
Yeah. Magdalena, it's been a very intense time with moving and changing jobs, bringing up so many feelings. But you're going to be starting another yoga teacher training in September, which you're very happy about. Amazing. Moving and changing jobs. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can really imagine how much upheaval that brings. I think you were saying even when I was maybe speaking about moving to California, I seem to remember you were really empathizing with all of the change that that brings. Thank you for sharing that with us. And I've been really thinking about change. Excuse me. I have a cough this week. Whilst I've been here on this trip in Austria, I've really been thinking about what changes and what stays the same as life flows on, particularly in the realm of relationships and friendships. I'm really fortunate to be here with some very old friends, some of whom I've known my entire life. That's over 35 years. Some of whom I've known for a slightly shorter time, but through that time, we've done so much together. Singing and serving and traveling. And it's just our lives have moved in so many different directions. We all live, in very different places. So to come together is very rare, but it gives you the opportunity to appreciate what gets, it's like a deep furrow that gets dug over time by repeated coming together or exchange. And it feels like it becomes a very fertile soil or place to plant seeds from which wonderful things can grow. In particular, as we've been coming together in the evenings to do kirtan, and this is something I've been sharing with some different young people recently, especially where I live in the Bay Area in America, that the people that you come together with to share something spiritual, something deeper, whether that be kirtan or sharing your heart, sharing your thoughts connected to your spiritual evolution. Those friendships, those relationships are so precious, and they have the potential to be, really some of the most unique and deep relationships in our life. And you can experience that sometimes even without sharing a lot of words. This has at least been my experience in the kirtans in the evening, that just in being together and chanting together, practicing together, really, a really deep bond is experienced. So I hope that for you, Magdalena, even though with a lot of change, I hope that this can manifest more and more in your life and for all of us, because even if you don't move, even if you try to never change anything in your life, everybody knows the only thing. There's a wonderful singer called India Ari, who I grew up listening to as a teenager. And in one of her songs, she said, "The only thing constant in the world is change. That's why today I take life as it comes." So I think there was another message here. Oops. Ooh, I got some fancy. Just offering me some fancy backgrounds to put behind myself. Yeah, Dee, I'm missing the Tuesday nights as well. I'll give an update soon on our new set of dates. Well, I think it would be nice to do a little bit of chanting together. And I wanted to also leave a little bit of time open in case anybody has a question or, a thought they would like to share. Maybe we'll chant first, so you have a bit of time to think if there's something that you would like to ask or share. And yeah, just continue simply like that. I got a cough at the beginning of this week, and it's very unusual for me. Yeah, I don't get sick like that very much, but it's just been lingering. So I'm trying to clear it out before I do these lovely events in England. I'm just gonna grab my tanpura 1 second. But I also just remembered that on the phone, my options for the sound are, oh, enable original sound. Oh, I guess they've changed it. Okay, let's try this. When Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada brought Kirtan to New York in 1965, he would perform Kirtan with sometimes just the kartal cymbals, sometimes a little bongo drum just tucked under his arm, and sometimes just with his hands clapping and his voice. So I'm going to do it that way. You know, sometimes people feel like, yeah, there's some special circumstance or special or music or sorry, instrument that you need, but really that's the amazing power of kirtan and the divine names that we only need a voice. Don't even need hands really, but it's nice. They're nice to have. And something else I was gonna say. Let's do our invocation, closing our eyes. Whatever time zone you're in, for me, the sun is just coming down in the sky. It's evening time. Some of you it's morning, some of you it's the middle of the day. We'll just take this opportunity, take this moment to offer our homage, offer our prayers, create that space in the heart. That space in the heart is always there. It doesn't need to be created, but it can be often neglected. We don't connect with it as much as would be great for our well-being. Last night we were singing a song, Mama Mana Mandire. Mama Mana Mandire Rahani Shide Krishna Murari Shri Krishna Murari. This beautiful song, the author speaks about how the heart is a temple, and he says he creates a whole meditation of worshiping the Lord within the heart with the lamplight of his love. He offers flower garlands, beautiful fragrant sandalwood paste, and expresses that the only thing that really matters to him in life, that which gives him life, is to sing songs incessantly about the Lord. So we'll do a short invocation and then let's sing some songs to the Lord of the heart. Om ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णापृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let's do twice more. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you for singing with me. There's a beautiful verse that I often remember since I learned it maybe 7 or 8 years ago. It goes like this. Dinado murare, nishado murare, dinarde murare, nisharde murare, dinante murare, nishante murare, Tvameko gatirnas, Tvameko gatirmaha. This beautiful verse means at the beginning of the day, Murare. At the beginning of the night, Murari. At the middle of the day, Murari. At the middle of the night, Murari. At the end of the day, Murari. At the end of the night, Murari. That Murari is the name of Krishna, a divine name, meaning he who is the killer of the Mura demon, or it also means he who is the destroyer of all enemies. So he says, Tvameko gatirnas, Tvameko gatirna. You are my only shelter. So we can remember these divine names in whatever way is most appealing. At the beginning, middle, and end of the day and the night. Sorry for my croaking and coughing today. I thought that the cough was gone, but it feels like it's coming back again. So I have to work on that. So before we sign off for today, sorry this was a little shorter one. Actually, not that much shorter really. But I was wondering if anyone has any questions or anything that you would like to add before we leave. You can put it in the chat, or if you want to unmute and just ask. Bettina, I think you, maybe if you could put your mute on, just because I think we're getting your, unless you wanted to speak. everyone's very quiet today, which is completely fine. Did somebody wave their hand? I don't think so. All right. Well, I really look forward to seeing some of you very soon. Tima, I'm going to see you soon. And yes, Bettina, I'm in Weissensee.
Okay.
What I was going to show you, Bhakti Fest in Joshua Tree. It's a festival that is held in, well, when I used to attend it years ago, it was in a particular location in Joshua Tree, but it's moved several times. So I can't really speak to how it is now so much. But generally, it's a gathering that includes a lot of yoga classes. There's kirtan, there's workshops, speakers, but music, kirtan, and yoga are like the main focus of it, and there's lots of different presenters. I haven't been to it since 2011, so I'm probably not the best person to say how it is these days, but I know that a lot of people do love it, and there's also a lot of other festivals that go on around these times in California. Yeah, I was going to show you the view out my window. Let me turn the camera around so you can see. Hopefully the internet will speak. Oops, the time of day is not like, the lake's not sparkling as much, but you can see this lake goes down really, really far to an area where it's just wild, just forest. So I've been waking up next to this every day, and most days getting to jump in as well. And yeah, here we are. Thank you all for joining me here, this group, and especially, some of you are here so frequently. It's really, really sweet. Edward, Chapu, Elke, Dee, many of you are here very often on the Zoom sangas, and it's really it's very encouraging. It's a genuine experience of sangha, which is very nourishing.
Mhm.
And I look forward to getting back to home, Dee, and being in kirtan with you again as well. And to the rest of you, I hope we're going to cross paths somewhere sooner or later. And in the meantime, I just look forward to sharing more updates with you as these weeks go by about some of these exciting things that I shared. So thank you once again. I'm going to check the message board. Yeah, Chapu. I was like, should I cancel it today? And then I was like, well, we didn't do the last one. And that was my fault too. I missed the last one. And I thought, you know what? I so appreciate all of you making the time to be here. So it's important to me also to, you know, be committed to that because I do take it seriously. But yes, thank you for tolerating my coughing as well. Thankfully, you're behind. Thankfully, on the other side of a screen, so no one's going to catch anything. So, wishing you all a wonderful rest of the day or the evening, and see you very soon. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you.